Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. I haven't actually made a official tour video for this map yet. This map is just a hodgepodge. It's mainly Persona 4 themed, of course, since it's the Velvet Room, but it's really just a hodgepodge of things related to, the Megami Tensei series. Persona, Shin Megami Tensei, and some other stuff in between. So, while this world is in the limousine from Persona 4, and generally tends to be Persona 4 themed, there's a lot of things in here just generally from the series, especially like Persona 4, Persona 5, and Shin Megami Tensei 5, since that's something that came out, not too long ago and is definitely a big interest of mine. So there's a lot of little things in here, a lot of little things to explore. It's not a very big map, but I'll take you on a tour of things. I'm also using this video to mention I did a minor update to the map as well, because people were requesting, after I showed the video of an avatar I made. It was a request for a friend, but I made an avatar for Johnny from Catherine, which is also an Atlas IP, and it's also, funny enough, Catherine, if you didn't know, is something that started as kind of like a beta for Persona 5. So strangely, sometimes people consider it, in a way, an honorary Shin Megami Tensei game, or a Megami Tensei game, weirdly enough, even though it's not exactly one. So I thought it'd be interesting to actually put it in here, because this map has a lot of like Atlas related stuff in it. So you can now, the map is updated with some very, very minor update. So you can get the avatar now, which I'll show later. And I also added since I have a bunch of vinyls in here, I added the Catherine vinyl, like the Catherine soundtrack. So let me give a tour of the map first, and then I'll show those things off as like the last thing. So when you first spawn into the map, you're probably going to notice I don't have Marie or some of the other NPCs enabled by default when you first come into the map, but that is something you can do in the menu when I get around to it. So first thing, there's a lot of stuff to go over here. I have these plushes on around over here, and this Koromoro over there. These are actually off of the Atlas store site. And they were made using a combination of like a method to kind of, like a bootleg method of doing photogrammetry, using the photos off of the product page to create a virtual version of the plushes. So this is one of the most recent, well, not as recent, but is a fairly recent Morgana plush that exists that you can purchase. This is the infamous the Naho Bino plush. I didn't actually because there weren't like full angled photos for this one. This one is just double-sided. This is like the first one I made, and then I actually did more elaborate plushes in here. This one's also using a photo, and it's got like emissives and stuff, but this is the one plush that people can't get a hold of because it's limited. It came with like a collector's edition, and then they sent out to different like YouTubers and influencers and other like famous people. So this is the one you cannot get very easily. I do intend to, using the same method, I'm probably going to try and make the one that's actually on the Atlas site that I physically own now, along with the Algami and the one that people can actually buy. And speaking of that one, this is the Algami. I actually made this one before I think it was up for purchase, before I got it shipped to me. But using the same like photo method to create parts and put them together to make an actual plush. So this is something you can actually get in reality, which is pretty cool. I have one other plush that I made. I'll probably add more in here eventually, like, you know, especially Persona 4 ones, since this is a Persona 4 area after all. A Koromaru plush, which you can tell this one's pretty messy, but I had to basically utilize what photos existed of it to try and piece it together based on the actual plush. So it's not as clean as like the Algami or the Morgana one I made, but it's a thing that exists. And along with the plushes, I do have some random things to pick up, like, you know, there's the Jack Frost model. That one might be from SMT5, I'm not entirely sure, can't remember. Morgana from Persona 5, which this Morgana is actually quite special. Now, it just looks like, you know, regular model, but if you pick it up and you push the trigger, he'll actually purr, and it actually causes your controller to vibrate. So if you pick him up, you'll feel that vibration based on which hand you're actually holding him in. So if you know, whichever one, you'll feel that vibration, like there's a bit of a purr. And he has different purring levels. The thing is I used a massager. I based it off of a massager that actually existed for VR chat and converted it for use to making a purring Morgana, which is just bizarre, but it's a thing. We have the, you know, Igor. When you come into the map, you'll just see Igor and Margaret in here, but I have toggles in the menu for other NPCs, like Marie, Elizabeth, and Theodore, which you can toggle on. I also have Algami, which sits right here, but the Algami that sits right here is just, it's mainly just for me, since I have some SMT5 stuff in here. So if you want to, you can sit on some of these, maybe even Igor. I'm getting a little ahead, but yeah, this, you have NPC toggles, and if you enable the chairs, let me close this. Yeah, so I do have chairs in here. May sit. It's not perfect though. They need to be adjusted. Definitely needs to be adjusted. If I sit it, so it's not directly on his lap, unfortunately. It's a little awkward. I also have beds in here, so you can toggle on, this is the menu, by the way. Let me show this menu. So I have a menu in here. Summon menu. So there's a lot of different options. You can sit. You can have chairs enabled. I don't have them enabled by default. There are beds. There's also a ton of mirrors. So let me show you this one. It should be able to show me if I lay down here. Oh, that actually put me... Okay, if you actually lay down... if you lay down, make sure you are actually laying down before you hit the bed stations, because otherwise it's gonna put you at a weird angle. So let me show that. So I have bed stations here, but you'll actually have to be like actually laying down in VR, or use OBR advanced settings to actually lower yourself enough to where you're not sticking out, because bed stations are a little wonky compared to using them in FBT. So they aren't perfect, but at least they get the job done. So I have a bunch of mirrors. And one on the ceiling, of course, but a big one here. Just in case you want to look at yourself while you're sitting. Pickups. Pickups are just basically all of the, like, glasses and plushes and bottles. So you can pick those up as well. There's like a ton. Got a drink thing here that you can utilize. Being held by King Frost. This is the one where you can mix the colors. Also have colliders. Colliders is so... I wouldn't recommend using them too much, but it's just to, I guess if you have FBT or you're a small avatar, it just allows you to be able to step on the furniture. Table doesn't have colliders though. So the one favorite thing that I added in here, and they're both based on a record player prefab that you can get, is I have a record player and a VCR player. The record player hasn't changed much, except for certain colors and custom like vinyls and stuff that I made based off the original record player prefab. But the record player that I have at the bottom and the tapes are modifications of the prefab of the record player, because I wanted to make something to where you could play videos too of different Persona and SMT stuff. So you can basically, this is how it works. You just grab a vinyl, which I have a ton of vinyls. I've got most of these are Persona, and then they go into some of the SMT games as well. Just drop it on there. And then I'll play the soundtrack for a lot of these. And then if you want to play a tape, like I even have Digital Devil's Story down here, the anime. I've got 2 of them. And I've got a few of them here. A lot of these are like, videos are like stuff done by YouTubers and some essential viewing, even stuff going over the soundtrack, some memes as well. Just gotta put it in here, and it'll actually drop the tape in. And it'll just play, you know, whatever I have videos queued up in these, attached to these as well. So part of the minor update I did was actually add Catherine vinyl here. Just as like a bonus thing. Just now listen to the Catherine soundtrack. I have a few, a lot of like little extra stuff here. One thing that's actually by Igor, and this is based off of a playing card prefab that shuffles randomly, is I took the playing card prefab, which just says like regular, you know, like ace, spade, king, heart cards, and then replaced them all with the with cards based on the Arcana cards that are all in Persona, and even the minor ones too, not just the major ones. So you'll if you hit the shuffle, it'll randomize them, but you'll be able to like basically go through all of them. Probably do tarot reading if you wanted to with these. And then if you just want to shuffle them back, you hit this button here, if I can access it. There you go. It shuffles them. I also have some wearable items here. Let me take off my 2023 funny glasses. So I have these glasses here. They're based on used glasses. If you look on the side here. So you can actually attach them to your face if you wanted to. like this. Now, they're kind of normal as is, but there's a little hidden thing in the menu that changes what happens to them. Which is part of the... I have like environmental features here. So if you go into the environment FX, which has... I've got like rain, lights, clouds, a little extra thing related to Nakajima here. If you can find Nakajima in the map, he's hidden somewhere. You'll see him eventually though. I have rain effects. And I have a bunch of sliders for lighting, and then like sound effects and stuff. But if you enable the rain effects... it'll actually allow raindrops on the windows, and if you look closely at the glasses also have a rain effect as well, but it only shows up if you enable the rain effects in the environment menu. We also have the funny Persona 5 Get Smoked hat. That's in here. It's a lot bigger than it should be, but... we'll let Theodore wear it for now. There you go, boy. And I have this fucking thing. I think this is the empty... I can't remember if the empty teddy head is a thing in the game too. I know it's a thing in the anime. Very cursed thing that happens. So you can also... I don't know why you would want to wear this, but you can wear the empty teddy head. So along with the small player I have here, you can enable, I have a theater screen. So this will show, you have to, if you enable it, you have to resync it. So it'll actually show the video that's supposed to be playing on the smaller one. So if you do enable the big screens, just make sure you hit the resync so that'll show the video that you're playing on the smaller one. I also have another one incorporated into the hot tub, which I'll show in a little bit. And as with a lot of VR chat maps, you gotta have a way to draw. This is just for, you know, a lot of Hangout maps have ways for people to draw, and I had like a huge drawing thing here. Thing is, if you're up close to it, you won't see it, but if you back away, there's like kind of a hidden image on here. Mr. Jack Frost. And you can, I guess if you want, you can draw yourself a little hee-ho. I also have, just for the sake of immersion, if people don't like Hangout pictures on maps, I have a toggle for the pictures. So that removes all the pictures of like just random VR chat Hangout stuff that I've done. So a lot of these are just moments of when me and friends have gone into different like maps as either characters like SMT or Persona characters in Persona or SMT maps or in other maps. So I have a lot of moments from those, some of them funny. In the back here too. But I have an option so you can disable these if you don't want them lining the walls. I also have a toggle for the table with the tarot cards, so you don't have to have it there. And of course, this is the thing to enable or disable all the NPCs that are around, in case you want to just empty things out and want to also be able to sit with people around the couches here without the NPCs being in the way. I have a small avatar menu here, and I've added Johnny with the smoking contacts. So let me show that one real quick. Just as kind of a reminder, if you're watching this video and you were interested in this avatar, it has smoking contacts. He's not perfect, by the way. I think there's some things I gotta fix. Like, for some reason, his thumb's all fucked up or whatever. But just in case you need a reminder of how the contacts work, he's got a smoking thing going on. So you would have to grab the cigarettes. If I can get them. They're here somewhere. Wait, not that one. You're supposed to be able to... Oh, it's this. Okay. I forgot myself. You gotta grab the cigarettes with your right hand. Take out the cigarette with your left hand. Put the cigarette box back. Then with your right hand, it's a process. With your right hand, grab the lighter. Use the trigger on the lighter. For some reason it's taking a little longer. Hold the trigger so that the flame enables, and then hold the cigarette over the lighter so that it lights. And then you can put the lighter back. And then, it's not perfect, but if you hold the cigarette close enough, he'll actually blow out smoke. You can enable all this stuff in the menu too. You don't have to do it like this method, but it's kind of like a cool immersive method, so you're not just like toggling on. You can toggle this stuff on in the menu though. If you want to look at his other toggles, like the other stuff, I have a video for it, but you can also just check in the menu as well, because he's got like a bunch of stuff. So that's one thing I actually added to the menu as well. So you can now, it's public, you can use this avatar if you want to. So I have other SMT5 avatars here. I might as well show them off real quick. Some of them are simple, some of them have like extra stuff, and they're not all like 3.0 avatars. I think a Monozako is 2.0. Although you can still like interact. She's got interactable stuff on her. I've got a few things on her. So she comes with the plush. And then she can fly. I do have a thing to enable flying, but she can't do it in this map because I have the ability to jump lowered, because this is the ceiling is very low in here. It's supposed to be a car after all. If you try and jump, whenever I had jump enabled, it would cause people to get stuck. So I don't have jump enabled. It's not necessary in this map. So if you want to fly with the Monozako, you got to take her into another map, and then there's like a thing you can enable in the menu. Just jump up and allow you to fly everywhere. So I have Cleopatra as a avatar. This model's from SMT5. She's mostly done, but I still have some things I have to fix with the snakes and everything. She's got some contacts on her though. Like if you get your finger close to the snake, it'll actually do a thing. She has smackable booba. You have to hit it pretty hard though. I have it enabled for yourself, and also if people try and put their fingers near these spots, they can also enable it as well. You know, she's got stuff that you can grab, her hair and everything like that. Also the snakes, so you can enable her snakes. I had to, so the hand with the snakes, and this is imperfect and I'm still trying to fix it because it was a stitching job. Her hand with the snakes didn't have any armature, like the proper armature as a normal hand. So I had to copy that over to make her hand movable when the snakes are on. But I also had to try and like reparent the snakes to the workable hand. And so it's not the, and also like kind of copy certain things over, like her bracer and everything. So it's not perfect. Like, it's a little messy, and some of the weight painting on the snakes at the bottom are weird, but it does its thing. So you can actually, if you move your fingers, you can actually move the snakes around. You can also pose the snakes as well. They are grabbable. So you can probably have a lot of fun with the snakes if you wanted to. And of course you can toggle off her skirt. I have a pretty basic Algami here. I do plan to get back to Algami and add a bunch of stuff to him, like my other avatars, but I just have not gotten to it yet. So he's pretty basic. I think this one might actually be a 2.0 avatar as well. So just very basic Algami. He's got his submissives, and he can talk and blink, and that's pretty much it. But I do plan to work on a more elaborate Algami avatar later, just like I've been doing for the Nahobino ones. Now, this has probably showed up in a few videos before, but this is one of the custom Nahobinos I did, and I originally kind of put it together for like a Japanese related event, or like a cherry blossom viewing event, and just like generally to run around for maps like that. So he doesn't have a toggle for his regular outfit. It's just the kimono. And then, just have some random stuff to toggle on. His sword. I have a Monozako on the shoulder. Also a smaller version of the Algami plush. And then, got a fan. Custom fan with this is the pattern from the uniform for him, so that's something you can get here. Now, the other feature that I have on this map that's currently enabled, which you can disable, is I have this whole menu here for the hot tub. So you can actually just get rid of it if you want. And I have the pixies with the water. That's part of the fountain. So you can actually toggle those off. Toggle those back on. And then I have the steam toggled off on default, but you can toggle steam if you want. Also the water, you can splash the water. So it's got that feature, that shader on it. You can enable ambience. So this has water sound to it. There is a mini tub menu, but I haven't added like everything to it. So I have a mini one here if you just want to enable certain things here. This has a player. So if you want, like I said with the other one, if you want to enable the same stuff to play here, you gotta enable, you just gotta resync it. And it'll switch it to this one. I think both of them are on. Yeah, so it'll just show on both screens. And then there's a ton of mirrors here as well. So there's mirrors for like just the whole thing, like completely just surrounding it. I don't know, just because, you know, you gotta have mirrors if you're gonna have a hot tub. Why not? It's kind of cool too, because if you turn off, let me turn off the front one here. If you're watching something, it'll just reflect off the mirrors as well. By the way, speaking of watching yourself, our boy Nakajima is here watching any crimes you commit in the hot tub of this map. So just be aware. He can't be toggled off in the environment menu though, but he's here to stay. And then the other thing I have here is different mirrors that only show the skybox, which is space right now. So if you just want space around you, I think I have to fix that little thing here, but otherwise, yeah, if you just want to be in the hot tub in space, why not? Well, that's it for the map tour. I hope you enjoyed. I appreciate it if you visit the map. It's a very small map with a lot of little things in it. It's mainly just a hangout map. I enjoyed making all the little stuff in it. I may make some more minor updates to it, maybe add a few avatars or just have it as a place to host other avatars I make. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.